Yes, honey, can I help you? Hey y'all, it's your girl NOOOO back with Vlogmas Day 2. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, welcome, love. How are you? This vlog, I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit because I know I've been in my car a lot. Just wanted to get like a different environment into the, into my YouTube space. So today what we're going to be doing, well right now, is as y'all can see, I had this hair in for who knows how long. It's okay, I don't care. I'm gonna take it out, and I was thinking like, hey, when I'm taking it out because it's gonna be getting on my nerve, I can do a story time. So my son's birthday, pause. I tried this last night. Did not go as planned. Like, I'm gonna put those clips in so y'all can see what happened. And I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait for tomorrow. I feel like, listen. Y'all hear my son? You come in here and grab my stuff. Say hi, vlog.
Hi.
Say hi, vlog.
Hi, Dad.
Say hi, vlog.
Hi, Dad.
Yo, this boy will literally keep jiggling the door and banging on the door until I open the door. Talk about open the door. I'm done.
Like this. What are you doing?
My baby's not feeling good, but as you can see, he still has good spirits. Come on, let's go. Go with daddy. Please get out. Let's start all over again. But my son's birthday was on the 3rd. Unfortunately, he wasn't feeling good and a lot of stuff had happened, so we didn't do too much yet. Well, this is the perfect time to just talk about the time that I went in labor. I want to talk about how I found out I was pregnant, and then I want to talk about the labor part. So I'm gonna jump from the beginning, so what happened, to the end. And we're gonna just skip in between because a lot happened in 2020 for me. I wonder if you can hear that TV. I need to watch out. Starting off when I first found out I was pregnant with my son. He just turned 2. So I've been a mother for 2 years now. Like, what? Like 2 years. I've been a mother for 2 years. Like, this is crazy. First of all, my man, he actually knew before I knew. Like, I wasn't paying it no mind. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I was just like working so much around that time. Pause. I found out I was pregnant in April of 2020. I started working at that gym in May of 2019, which is why I said 2019. Sorry. This is in 2019. So I was working so much around this time. This was like before COVID time. Like, I was working a lot. So when COVID kind of hit, it was like on some, for me, I was like a vacation time, to be honest. Like, who would have known that we were going to be out for so long, as like we were going to be shut down and all this stuff like we were when COVID hit. Like, I remember when we first were finding about COVID and how serious it was getting, and everybody was hearing about it and everything. And like, nobody expected. I remember everybody's like, oh, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Some people I haven't even seen for over 2 years. Like, crazy, right? But long story short, my job, I didn't have a car at the time. So my job, they started like kind of giving us hints, like, if you don't feel safe, because nobody knew what was going on. So they were like, well, if you don't feel safe, just let us know and we'll put you, like, you don't have to come to work and blah, blah. So, you know me, I'm like, shoot, I take the bus and I don't feel comfortable, but really I wanted to go spend time with my boyfriend. So I was like, that was kind of like a little, bluff, but I really did need some time from working, though. I was working a lot at that time. I was working like a lot of hours. They end up honoring it, and I still got paid and everything. So after I figured all that out with work, which went well, like, I ended on good terms and everything with them, I was just worried about relaxing and chilling, and this was in March of 2020. And I was worried about relaxing, chilling, and plus my anniversary was coming up. This was my 10-year anniversary. I'm sorry, when everything shut down, it was after my anniversary. So my anniversary just had passed. So I already had just took off a couple of days already. I already took off probably like almost a week or a week if that. So we can spend time with each other. But after that, like probably a week or two after that, that's when the whole thing started happening with COVID. So when that started happening, I don't remember exactly what day it was, but the day that I kind of got alarmed about me being pregnant, me and my mother-in-law had decided that day that we were like, why don't we just get some, you know, go get some food and we just like grill and we get some wine coolers and we get some wine or whatever and we chill. That's what we did. Me and her went out to go get the stuff, and we ended up getting the wine coolers and all that stuff, getting the food, waiting for the to cook. We were outside, we were chilling. So while I'm about to drink the wine cooler, well, I drank a little bit, but I was about to start drinking some, you know. I was already over 21, by the way, guys. I was already over 21, so kids, you already know. But I was already over 21 at this time, so I was legal to drink. But my boyfriend pulled me to the side, and he was like, you gonna drink that? Pause. Prior to this, he kept asking me. He was like, when was your last period? And I'm just like, it was this day, it was this month, this da-da-da. And I just like kept flagging it off, and I kept flagging it off. He keeps asking me and asking me and asking me. Finally, at the end, I'm like, why? Like, what? What's up? Like, it's coming, whatever, whatever. So then he's like, you're gonna drink that? When I was about to drink the wine cooler, and I'm like, duh, like, I'm grown, that's what I can do. We pulled out the calendar, and he asked me, like, so when was your last day of your period? I went to the last day of my period. I don't remember exactly what it was at this point in time, but I pulled out my phone and I opened the calendar up, and I was like, I went to the last day of my period, and I was counting. I was like, it was this day, and I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was like, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 10 days. I was already 10 days late. And I did not even realize I was 10 days late, right? Papi, what happened?
What are you doing?
Can I help you? You're about to get chip. My bad. Anyway, so as I'm counting the days, and I start realizing like how many days have, you know, went past, I'm in my head like, oh my gosh, like literally I have the wine cooler in my hand and everything, and I'm like, I don't even want to drink it no more. I was like, let me put that right there. I was like, yo, and of course, like for a female, like it's time, like you're not always on time. You can know when your last period was, but it's not always going to be exact. Like some months are probably going to be on point, but it's not every month, and it's due to multiple things. But for me, I was like, I only was like probably the most I've been was like 3 to 4. So sorry. So I'm trying to take my hair out. I got stuff I gotta do, and my son keeps interrupting. Like, then it's killing me because he took a nap earlier when we were in the car, and I knew he was gonna wake up, and he woke up, and he didn't even take a long nap. So I'm like, that nap that he took in the car was the nap that I needed him to take so I can do this. But the car's have been built, so whatever. So yeah, so my period has never been that long. This is the end of March of 2019. I have a sister that her birthday is April 8th, right? So I end up staying at my dad's house and my mom's house. That I think it was her birthday landed on the weekend in that April in 2019. So I ended up staying over there. I had this in the back of my mind. Mind you, I had to go get a pregnancy test, all this stuff, right? So funny, side note, I had went to Walmart with my mom, my sister, and my uncle. I didn't tell nobody, only me and Drew knew. We were the only two that knew, right? I didn't tell nobody. Driving to Walmart, I'm like, I gotta tell one of them. I either gotta tell my mom or I tell my sister, but I can't keep it from both of them because there's no way. It's too much gonna be going on for me to keep it from both of them. So I try to sneak in real fast to go. My sister Leah, she had to get something too. Well, my sister whose birthday was the 8th was Serena, and then my other sister Leah, she was the one who came, and she's 2 years younger than me, right? So she ended up coming out the car too because she had to get something from Walmart. So we in Walmart, and I'm trying to like dodge her in the aisles. I'm trying to dip and dodge her in the aisles while I go to the pregnancy side to go get it. She ended up getting whatever she had to get, all fast, mind you. It was all fast. And I'm just like trying to like sneak and get it. Then finally she like came and found me. I'm like, bro, I'm getting a pregnancy test. I'm like, I can't keep it. I'm telling her like, I can't keep it from you and mommy. So I'm telling you right now. End up doing that. We didn't talk about it. Boom. I was supposed to wait until I got back to my boyfriend for us to take the test. I could not wait. I could not wait. I could not wait. I kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Like, I don't really want to turn up or nothing because I don't know what's going on. I don't want to tell nobody what's going on. So I'm going to just act like I don't feel good. That's what I did. Bro. April 11th. My sister's birthday was the 8th. So 2 days. There wasn't. 3 days later, right? I'm about to go back to go see my boyfriend, but I'm like still like anxious and everything. So finally, I had read that it was the best time to take the test was in the morning time when you wake up. You know how to use the bathroom. So that's what I did. Boy, when I tell you, I took that test. I put it down and I was just looking up to God because I'm like, if my mom and dad find out, I'm going to be so dead. I'm like, I'm going to be so dead. I picked up that test. It said, because I get the electronic ones that just say it. That joint said pregnant. I was looking at that joint like, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm over here freaking out like in the bathroom at my dad's house. In silence, because I don't want nobody to hear me. I text June, I'm telling him. His reaction was real cute. He was happy. I'm still like, it's cute and all, but what about my mom and dad? You know what I mean? I'm like, what about my mom and dad? Like, how am I about to tell them? Blah, blah. Like, and to be honest, like now thinking back, I was like well over age. Like if I was like 15, 16, not saying that there's anything wrong with that because I know people who do get pregnant at that age, then that'll be a different story. But I was well over 21 already. So it was just like, I was just panicking because I'm the oldest. So I'm like, here we go again. I gotta break the ice for everything. So I'm the first person to have a baby. Again, as I should though, because I'm the oldest. Just so crazy. It's like perfect timing when I got pregnant, because since it was during COVID time and we had to shut down, no, I didn't see anybody. So I literally popped out 7 months pregnant. Like, hello. I popped out 7 months pregnant. Nobody knew. Posted on Instagram, everything. That whole time I was pregnant during COVID time and nobody knew. And I was like, I was okay with that because it was just like I didn't really have to work as much, because it really would have been a different experience if I had to keep on working and do all this stuff. It was pretty good around that time, so I was like not really stressing as much. Fast forward into December of 2020, my birthday is December 11th, so my due date was December 17th. Yeah, my due date was December 17th for LJ. I don't care when I have this baby, I just better not have him on my birthday, because you know how they say when you have a kid, then it's all about the kid, which is 100% true. But at least I can have my birthday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to hold him, or hopefully he come early, and he'd end up coming like 2 weeks after my baby shower, because we had the baby shower at the end of November. I ended up having him on the 3rd, and my contractions, I went in labor on the 2nd of December. To December 2nd, 2020. I was very active during my pregnancy, right? I'm trying to tell them what happened when I had you.
What happened?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm telling them, but you have to be quiet. On December 2nd, because you know I never had that's my first time. This is my first baby, you know. I don't know what labor's like. I really didn't put into factor like the delivery, and I really didn't want to be emotional or anything like that, but. In 2020, you know, a big change in my family happened. We did lose my mom in 2020 at the same time while I was pregnant. I really didn't want to mention it because I don't want to make the mood, like, you know. I was 6 going on to 7 months around this time. So it was like, it felt longer than 9 months, you know. He just came at the perfect time because we lost an angel and then we gained one. I don't know. It was just crazy. It's still crazy to think about to this day. During my pregnancy though, I was very active, and which is good for pregnancy because they say that it helps labor. So I didn't even realize I was in active labor, and I was in active labor from 2 p.m. because this is when I start feeling the pains. all the way until we finally decided to just go to the hospital at like 1 to almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Or like, it was like 1 to 1:30 in the morning. I knew something was wrong because I was trying to take a nap, but I couldn't take a nap. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't sit down for a long period of time. Like, I had to walk it off. Like, it was a contraction. It had to be a contraction. And they were far apart at first. And then after a while, I'm just like kind of getting like, this kind of weird. So I did, and I'm glad I did. I ended up taking like notes down on how far apart they were and how frequently they were coming and how long they were. And I started doing that around like what, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I believe. I started doing that at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but it started at 2 o'clock. And I knew something was wrong because every time I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm like, I can't go to sleep. Like, I'm in pain. I can't lay down. I can't do nothing. I'm like, yo, mind you, June is at work right now, right? I didn't even have the baby bag packed or nothing yet. I was gonna pack it like at the end of that week because his due date was the 17th. So I was like, all right, well, I got a couple of more days. I'm gonna pack it. I'm gonna get a couple of more things. No. He comes home from work at, what time was it? It was pretty late. I think it was like probably like around 8 or 9 or between 8 and 11 p.m. or something. And he comes home and I know he's dead tired. Like, I know he's dead tired. He started working 2 jobs at the time. He was like dead tired. So I know he didn't want, I know the last thing he wanted to hear was, babe, we're gonna have to go to the doctor. Like, I know that was the last thing he wanted to hear because he wanted to get some sleep. OMG. He's like wanting to go to sleep and he's just telling me like, just come lay down, just come lay down. He's asking if my water broke and I'm like, no. But us both being like naive and not knowing anything. So he's like, just go lay down. I'm telling him, I'm like, June, I cannot just lay down. Like, I can't. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to pack this baby bag because I think we're going to have to go to the hospital. Because after a while, I started getting irritated because I'm telling him, like, bro, I cannot go to sleep. I can't lay down. He wants me to come lay down. I'm like, I cannot do it. Finally, waited a little bit more. Finally, I go to his mom. I keep going to the bathroom. So for real, I don't even know if my mucus plug came out or whatever. They broke my water, I believe, in the hospital. It was just so much of a blur. I was just like out of it because, like I said, since it was so much going on throughout the whole year and everything, I didn't even put that into factor, like the delivery. Like, I didn't put giving birth into like my mental to prepare myself until I had to give birth because I was just so overwhelmed with all the stuff that was happening. You know, when you go to the hospital and if you're not dilated a certain way, they'll send you home if you're not, especially, and then I'm not even due yet. So they was definitely gonna send me home if nothing was moving. His mom called the doctor for me because I couldn't, because I was in the middle of having contractions. And they start asking questions. They're like, all right, let's just come down so we can see. Because luckily, I start taking the notes. And she's telling them, like, yeah, they're close. And they're close. Because she's been taking notes and whatever. Luckily, I started doing that. Because if not, they probably would have thought I was exaggerating. But like I said, this is like at 12 o'clock. This was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. This was happening from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mind you, and I forgot to tell y'all, we was at Walmart, me and his mom, and she was telling me like, yeah, it's time to walk that baby out. She just said that we were walking around Walmart. And when we go home a little bit after, I start feeling like that. So finally, we called the doctor because the doctor approved and we like started getting ready, pack the bag, everything. Then we go. Got to the hospital, I was 3 centimeters. They make you, when you first go and you tell them how you feeling, they're like, all right, well, we're gonna leave you here for an hour. You dilate a little bit more, we're gonna keep you. If not, you're gonna go home, basically. Hour go by, waited, 5 centimeters. Oh, they said, oh yeah, take her to the back. They said, take her to, yeah, you're staying. I'm looking at June like, oh, that's how that went. I was doing so good. It was so painful. Like, I'm a person who can't tolerate pain, bro. Like, I hate pain. My pain tolerance sucks. It sucks. So for me to be going through that, I was sitting here, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm walking around, don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't breathe at me, nothing. I'm just walking around. I'm looking out the window, trying to calm down. It just was hurting so bad. Like, it just was hurting so bad. And it just kept coming back to back like waves on top of that. I'm like, ugh. We got there at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I think around like, I don't even know what time, but they did end up asking if I wanted the epidural, and I did get it, which is the pain medicine for that you put in your back to help you with the contraction. Because like I said, I don't like pain. Like, shoot, let me get a headache. Tylenol, where you at? Motrin, where you at? And I can take pretty much anything. I'm not allergic to anything. Oh yeah, what you got? Let me get it, because I don't like pain. I did get the medicine, and it was working for a while. Like for a little bit, it was working for a while, and I feel like they did mine's right, because I don't have any back pain problems or anything either, like people talk about. But it was working for a while. Like when I used it, it kind of numbed the pain. I got to like 7-8 centimeters. Well, my baby heart dropped twice. His heart rate dropped twice, so it alarmed the doctors. And the first time they alarmed them and they came rushing in, making me change positions how I was. But the second time, I kind of felt like something was kind of wrong, because the medicine wasn't working no more. My contractions, or maybe it was just because I was getting to 10 centimeters, because by when they checked, they said I was 8 centimeters, and you have to be 10 in order to push. And maybe it was just because I was about to be 10 and I was about to push that it was getting like worse. But the medicine wasn't working no more. The contractions were the worst that they had been, and everything. So I was just like, oh, I was like damn near crying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like crying. June's he's sitting there next to me, looking at me all sad, but then he's tired at the same time, because he's been up for like probably more than 15 hours or whatever the case may be. I'm damn near crying in pain. When I tell you I was crying in pain. He fell asleep. June fell asleep. That second time his heart rate dropped, my contractions got worse. His heart rate dropped. They rushed in. Yes, we know it's blurry. I'm looking at the mirror that's behind it, so because I want to start using my back camera, because that's what it's for. Well, that's the best quality, but if it's blurry, it defeats the purpose, right? But anyway, so that second time his heart rate dropped. And I even felt like something was wrong, because my contractions and everything were getting worse and worse too. And it was like, and the medicine wasn't working no more. They rushed in. All you see is all these doctors rushing in. Like 6-7 doctors. Jules knocked out on the freaking chair right next to me. Like dead knocked out. Like I'm like calling him and he's not waking up. I'm like concerned, because they're starting to tell me how they're going to have to give me a C-section. I didn't even end up having the birth that you're usually supposed to have. I ended up having a C-section. And they just decided that they wanted to do that due to his heart rate dropping twice, just for his safety. They try to say that he was breaching, which is turning back around the other way that he wasn't supposed to come out. Because when a baby comes out, they have to come out head first. They were trying to say that he was trying to turn to go feet first, and that can't happen. So June's knocked out. I'm panicking because I don't even want a C-section. Crying because I'm in pain, and I'm like caring about the C-section. I'm scared at the same time. So dramatic. It was like a very, very, very dramatic like time. Like, it was like a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot going on. So June wasn't waking up, and I'm trying to wake him up to tell him what's going on. Finally, I'm like, well, can somebody wake him up? Like, I'm starting to tell the doctors, like, somebody wake him up. Somebody wake him up, because y'all about to rush me out of here. He's about to wake up and see I'm not here and probably freaking freak out. So I'm like, can somebody wake him up? Finally, they wake him up, and he's out of it though still. And he sees all these doctors in here, and he sees them rushing me out. Like, finally, he woke up. I'm like, damn near getting pushed out the room. He's like, what happened? What happened? That's all I hear. They rushed me to emergency, like the ER room, because a C-section is a major surgery, which at the time I didn't even realize. Excuse me, I didn't even realize. I'm just asking, like, are you sure? Are you sure that I have to get one? They're like, yeah, blah blah. Take me to the back, do all that. They pump all these, I guess, anesthesia, numbing medicines, pain medicine, all this stuff in me at one time. Do y'all know that Airhead commercial? The ones like back in the day when the kids, when they ate their Airheads, that their head got big. I lied to you not. I literally felt like an Airhead commercial. And I'm thinking it was due to me being overwhelmed, and then the medicine they were putting all in me at one time. They did do it right, because I didn't feel anything. I know people who felt like, who had the experience of a C-section, and they felt everything, or they felt half of it. I didn't feel anything. Thank God, because I would have been, I'm getting tired too at the same time. You know what they say when you're in a surgery and everything. Don't go to sleep. I'm sitting here like, Nat, you better not go to sleep. I'm like, you better not go to sleep. I don't know what you're gonna do, Nat. I don't know, but you better not go to sleep. But I felt so tired after the medicine and everything too. But I was just so scared that, honestly, like, if I fell asleep, I wasn't gonna wake up. Like, this is all the things that are going through my mind. Not to mention, I'm looking for June. I'm scared, everything, the medicine. I can't feel my body. I can't feel my arms. I can't feel my legs, nothing. Like, I was so scared. I was crying. Finally, they did the 1-2, and they finally, at the end of the day, they took my baby out, and they came and showed him to me, and he looked so cute. Like, they be looking all swollen and like weird looking when they first come out, but he was just like he was swollen, but he was just the cutest thing I ever seen in my life. Like, and I was just crying. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. And then I'm like, but could you move him? Because I'm about to throw up. And then like I don't know if they didn't hear me, but they kept him like next to my face, because after they take him out, they put you next to their face because you can't hold him because you're like numb. And I was sad about that too, that I had to wait like 2 hours, like almost damn near 2 hours to hold him because I was so numb I couldn't hold him. I kind of threw up. No, I didn't even throw up. Did I throw up? I think I like a little bit. I did a little bit. But I think it was really because I was overwhelmed though. That's what it was. Like, it wasn't because of nothing. It was because I was overwhelmed. Which is the worst thing ever, because when you throw up during that, the next 24 hours, you can't eat nothing. They don't let you eat nothing. So I was on a whole water diet, like a liquid diet. They ended up giving the baby to June, LJ to June, and then June was holding him the whole time. And then he was just, his whole reaction was that he was just like looking at him. And then he looked like, the good thing too was that, like I said, like, you know, we lost my mom, and he did look like my mom too. Like, his skin complexion, for those who don't know, we're both half Puerto Rican. So I'm 50% and he's 50%. LJ is, I mean, 50%. LJ is more Hispanic basically than anything. He's Jamaican, African American, and Puerto Rican. He was born out here. That joint was so crazy. So I was in the hospital for 5 days. Apologies, but we could have left earlier, but they kept asking like how did I feel, and then I was breastfeeding. I breastfed for 7 months, so I had to still kind of learn how to, you know, do the whole breastfeeding thing. LJ did really well. All his tests came back very well. Like, I didn't have any complications with him at all. And then I actually ended up staying an extra day because I was just like, you know what, just for the rule, so I can make sure that I really was confident for, you know, going home and leaving with him by herself. So it was crazy. Your girl did it, and I'm proud of myself and my body, honestly. I was up the next day though too. Like, for it to be a major surgery, I was literally up walking the next day. They were like surprised. Like, I was using the bathroom myself because they come in and the nurses, they watch, like, they see how your recovery is. To recover from a C-section, it takes up to a year. Actual delivery, like, you know, the average delivery, women heal in, like, my OBGYN told me in 2 to 4 hours. Like, ain't that crazy? Like, the difference in between that, and that's just due to them cutting so much muscle, tissue, fat, everything. So it was a crazy ride, crazy roller coaster, and I can honestly say I made it. It's been 2 years since all that happened. You know, I'm not perfect, but I still try my best every day. Like, I'm not perfect at all, but I try my best every day. And honestly, when he gets older, like, I'll tell the story all together during the holidays, and he has his you know, his journey that he has once he becomes old enough to realize it. You know, thank God he was with me the whole time, you know, through all that. He was still with us the whole time through all of that. So me telling this story, I'm damn near done taking out my hair. This is exactly why I wanted to tell this story, but I'm gonna just speed it up real quick. And then I forgot to mention that I had an LJ at 11:54 a.m. on December 3rd, 2020. He was 7 pounds and 11 ounces. Also, fun fact, for the amount of days that I stayed in the hospital, plus the food and the major C-section surgery and all that good stuff that they provided, it literally turned out to be over $30,000. Like, what? $30,000? Literally the furniture. Let me take it out.
She's cute.
Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.